Hello and welcome to the Hairdresser Strong Show. My name is Robert Hughes and I'm your host. I'm here with Laura Khesin, stylist and salon owner of two salons in Massachusetts. Laura, will you introduce yourself for us?
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura, and I got invited by Robert to be on this podcast. I'm very excited to be here. And I started in this industry years ago. We'll get into that probably in a little bit, but I started in this industry and I am now still a hairstylist working 4 days a week behind the chair. And I now have two salons in Arlington, Mass, and Cambridge.
Nice, awesome. And for people who don't know Massachusetts, how far away are those salons from each other?
They're 10 minutes.
10 minutes drive, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
10-minute drive. They're super
Okay,
close. Yep.
awesome. And I was on your website and it looked like you're mentioned as founder and then co-founder. Are you like
Yeah.
a sole? Tell us about
This
that.
is so this is really I love this story about the second salon. So I started the first salon called Ivy Hair Loft. It's an independent stylist salon. And the chairs were filled and I was thinking about how I wanted to expand into a second space. And that was about year two, actually. Year two of being open, I was thinking about expanding and how was going to do it and what that looked like and what that felt like for me. And at the same time, one of my coworkers, her name is Megan, she mentioned that she also wanted to open up a salon. And Megan was someone who I gravitated towards. I could see leadership qualities about her. She helped me so much. She was just a wonderful person. And so I was actually kind of thinking prior to her asking me about having Megan be a leader in the second salon. So when she said that she wanted to open up her own salon, I was like, wait a second, the wheels started turning and I was like, do you want to do it together? And and she said yes. And so we started thinking about it back in right before the pandemic hit in late 2019. And we started doing all the back end stuff and we found a place. And so that is how I am co-founder. I don't know why I
Okay.
use quotes, but I'm co-founder of the second salon because I partnered with a current coworker and now she is the everyday day-to-day leader in the second studio.
Nice. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
so you had this the first salon, what you had it, you said 2 years before you wanted to open up another one. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got to that point, starting with rising stylist and like tell us a little bit like your journey to get to that point.
Yeah. So my journey started in when I left college. I was a sophomore in college and I'd always liked the idea of doing hair. And my mom encouraged me to actually leave college and go to hair school because I wasn't like super passionate about anything at college. So I did. And I loved hair school and loved the industry. And I was so excited to get out of hair school and then start working. And I got a job as an assistant at an awesome salon in Boston. And they had a great, unbelievable training program. And it gave me really good real life experience because I felt like I learned a lot more in a salon training than at school. And so I trained for a year and a half and then I went on the floor. And I was at this salon for a total of 5 years. I was working for somebody else. They offered really great education and I had some really awesome experiences of doing hair for magazines. I've done Pamela Anderson's hair
Nice.
before. So I mean nothing crazy. I just blew her out. But so like just stuff like that. Like really I gained really, really good experience. And then I was super busy in the salon and I kind of got to thinking like what my next step was, right? Like I was thinking about all the money that I was bringing in and feeling a little like I wanted more control over my schedule and my income and all that stuff. And I started looking at chair renting and what that looked like and what that meant. And I found a salon in Brookline, about 15-20 minutes outside of Boston where I was working. So after 5 full years of being commissioned, I went off and did and rented a chair at a salon. And I was definitely a little nervous about clients that would follow and whatnot, because a big part of chair renting is you need a bit of a clientele, especially depending on the systems at your independent salon. So went to chair renting in Brookline and loved it. I absolutely loved it. Was such a good decision for me. I decided after 5 years of being a chair renter that I wanted to provide other independent stylists with a slightly, if I could, a slightly less scary transition from going from commission to independent. And so that is why I started my first salon.
Okay, that's interesting. So how much time total was it that we were in the learning and training process before you got on the floor?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. And
Yeah.
then you were at a salon. Was this like a commission-based salon?
Commission-based
Okay.
salon, like like your standard commission-based salon,
Okay.
that had education in place, and I was assisting, folding towels, sweeping, doing models on the side, doing blow dries, all that stuff. So I was at that salon for a total of 5 years. So
Okay.
3.5 years on the floor
Okay.
after assisting for a year and a half.
Okay. So you got your training, you got on the floor, you built up
Yes.
your book, and then you moved over to chair rental, went out independent, and you were independent for 5 years
Yes.
before you decided to open up the next one. Open up your spot.
Yeah. So like a total, I was in a salon. I was a stylist for 10 years total before opening my own salon.
Nice. Good for you. That's awesome. That's so cool. Um, okay, well, I think why don't we move into, you started telling us a little bit about your salon and wanting to provide something less scary. I think
Mhm.
that's interesting. I'm really curious what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So what I found for me, and now having onboarded, we've probably onboarded 10 stylists in total. Um, one of the biggest concerns is, am I going to make enough money to rent a chair? Am I going to have enough clients? Am I going to actually be able to do this, to manage my schedule, to know what to order, all that stuff? So starting with I have to I have to bring it back to the salon that I first chair rented at, and they were
Okay.
wonderful. I loved my coworkers, but they did not provide a foundation for me, to there were no systems in place for me to gain new clients or anything. And that's not necessarily the responsibility of a salon owner, and that of an independent stylist salon.
Right.
But I wanted to lay a foundation where I could help my stylist gain new clients, whether that just be through Instagram marketing, because that's been huge. That's been a massive driving force in our industry and my business. And then giving them as much of my own experience and knowledge about marketing yourself and pricing your services, to make it as successful for them as possible. At the end of the day, it's up to the independent stylist, but I wanted to share as much knowledge and essentially have a nice Instagram and website for clients to find them, and I could pass them along to the new stylist.
Gotcha. So you do as a salon, you have a brand that you use and you market, and that drives traffic to your site. And then once they get on your site, they can look at your stylists. And
Yes.
so it kind of feels like a salon in
Yes.
a sense. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even, I mean, it says it right on the website and on Instagram that we are an independent stylist salon, but it can be confusing because we look like a regular salon. Everyone's listed on the website. Um, every anyone reaches out to us on Instagram, I have a list of all the direct contact info for the independent stylist at the salon, and I, shoot it off to the client requesting information. So you look at the salon. The salon is its own brand. It advertises each of the stylists, their services. We have all these different things for them, um, and it helps to keep business flowing. That historically, a salon owner of an independent style salon may have not thought that that was on them to do. And I don't guarantee that I can get them new clients, but what I do is I try to help. I just try to keep the flow of the business going.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. That sounds cool. Um, So I think this is a good place to kind of wrap it up and get ready for our next episode. So in the meantime, I think next time I want to talk about a little more. I want to dig into your business for help to help people understand what it's like to be a booth renter and what type of things that you as a business owner are doing. One thing that comes to mind I'd like to talk about is or hear about is quality control. If you're a renter and you're independent, and then you have a website, that website could get like reviews on Google. So
Mhm.
stuff like that. I have some questions I want to dig in, but
Yeah.
let's wait until the next episode.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Until then, thank you so much. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome. All right, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.